Hi, Aradhana.
Hi
I
Prerna, how are you?
I am good. I'm just adjusting with the camera. All good here, Aradhana. So,
I
as we
think there was
all,
some technical snack.
yes, it took some time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
as we
yeah, yeah.
all know, we have Aradhana Dikshit here. She's a therapist at Wellbeing on My Couch. And today, Aradhana is here to help us to solve and give answers to the queries which we have received for mental health and psychological issues which students are facing. So,
Right.
yeah, so Aradhana, we
Thank you
have,
for having me, Prerna. Thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity to address a lot of students through IAC because I am very happy to see how the students have been reaching out to us regarding all their queries, and I would do
right,
anything to help improve their well-being at this point of time where we all
yes,
are going through a crisis situation. Yeah.
yes, definitely. So, Aradhana, we have got some queries. So, the first
Right.
question is students are worried about their disturbed sleeping pattern. The
Right.
routine has been changed and they're not going to school all day at home. So
Correct.
students are, worried about their sleeping pattern, as I said. So what do you have to add in here that which, and as an advice which we can give it to them? So yeah, so the question is the disturbed sleeping pattern in the mid of this
Right,
pandemic,
right,
and
right.
yeah,
Correct. Okay, so a lot of students have been going through a lot of grief and a lot of depression, which has disturbed their sleeping pattern.
right,
Now, one very important thing to do is stick to consistent patterns of wake time and bedtime. And in case you're having trouble sleeping, you could try some quick, effective remedies like the lavender oil. The lavender oil application or sniffing, or it just not only expedites your sleep pattern but also improves the quality of your sleeping duration. Also, I would say try the green teas and teas like chamomile tea, passion flower tea, and even lavender tea because these are neutral tranquilizers. They reduce the inflammation and anxiety, and they help to treat insomnia. Besides that, avoid napping because then you are cutting short on your nighttime coverage. Also
right,
reduce your alcohol and your caffeine because it just makes things worse, right? And
right.
restrict your napping, avoid intake of alcohol. Besides, check your medication. That is also very important. A lot
Very
of us have
important, right?
prescribed medication and we don't even know if that is tampering our sleep schedule. Maintain a worry journal, I would suggest, because writing down your emotions and writing down what you're feeling just helps make things better and helps you to acknowledge your source of stress, right?
Right.
Besides that, stay active for your entire waking hours. Try to unwind, do some exercise, do yoga, involve yourself in outdoor running or jogging.
Yeah.
Exercising just helps you, it tires your body, so by the time you go off to sleep you are drained and you are exhausted. Besides, I would suggest one mantra, quick mantra for the students, which would be that probably parents keep complaining the moment they open their books, they feel sleepy. So this is for the students that, the moment you don't feel like sleeping, you should probably go to your study and open your book. And I'm sure you have your answer. You will feel sleepy.
Yeah, definitely students who are watching us right now, I hope, I mean, for them, it's a mantra, as you said. Also, it will be really very helpful for them. I mean, I hope students who are watching us right now, and I see that there are a few questions also. So, it will be really very helpful for them. Thank you so much, Aradhana. Now, the second question is the student says that he's surrounded by all elders 24/7, no
Right.
peer group, and same age person to interact with. I believe that maximum students, majorly students, are facing this because when they go to school, they
Absolutely.
have their time of sports, they're going to their libraries, and they're doing something or the other where the basic that interaction is happening. They can talk about
Correct.
they can talk about their curiosities, their excitements, or maybe anything, I mean, how we are with
Right, right,
friends.
right.
So the
Yeah.
student says that how should he address his worries, concerns, doubts, and curiosity?
All right. So I do understand that this child, the student, is finding it difficult to interact with somebody in the house. But see, we need to understand that we all have our individual traits and personalities, where some of
Right.
us, and even these students for that matter of sake, find it easy to open up with somebody in the family. Maybe this is just a kid who is unable to talk to his family members, right?
Right.
So what is very important is that probably he could reach out for professional help where he or she feels addressed and feels navigated to the right safe space where he or she feels heard, feels validated, and probably that person should realize that he or she is not going to be judged for whatever feeling or emotion they're going through.
That's very
And
important.
it's a, yeah, and they would get unconditional positive regard regardless of whatever emotion they feel. Also, I as a therapist would probe further into trying to understand the dynamics of this family, which I'm unable to, understand right now. So I'm just giving a very generally based answer. But I, as a therapist, when deal with that, I do study thoroughly the dynamics of the family. I try to understand if this child is facing any parental conflict, which is why he or she is unable to open up to his parents or somebody in the family. And I would encourage him or her to engage into maybe more screen time or spend more time with his friends, talk, communicate, build a better rapport amongst his peer group. And for now, let's leave the old wives' tale that, children are doing too much screen timing, because
Yeah.
we rarely have any options in such times, and it's better
Right.
that children stay connected. That is more important. So let's address the bigger issue and forget the small nitpicking.
Yes, very well said about this, Aradhana. And I really feel that, in this present time, when students are really finding it difficult, video calls and video conversations are the only,
They
channel.
work wonders. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So yes, very well said, Aradhana. Now, coming to the other question, here the student says that I lost my grandmother 2 months back due to non-COVID reasons. And now,
Okay.
during this time where he is trapped at home and he feels he hasn't moved on
Yeah,
due to my attachment to
right.
her. Some days he is finding it
Okay.
difficult to anyone, finding it difficult to talk to anyone and express himself. I think this is this. At times students they don't know how to balance their emotions. One, very important, and obviously most important is they don't know how to express it. Right. So this is the
Absolutely,
question, Aradhana.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all are going through smorgasbord of emotions, which goes unsaid. And this child probably lost somebody very close to him or her before COVID, and that phase was followed by the COVID, where we are confined to the walls of our house, and hence one is unable to engage in regular activities like maybe going to work, maybe going to college, because these regular engagements take away some and lift some of that pressure and let you move on. But
Right.
unfortunately that is not happening for this student, and which is why he or she would be making a herculean effort to get through and keep it going.
Right.
If I think professional help is the only safe space to bring this child, where I, as a counselor, would first distinguish the grief and the trauma. Because what happens, Prerna, is a lot of us hold on to memories when we last saw the deceased person in the
Person. Yeah.
hospital, or how we saw the body. A lot of people say that, the last time we saw the body, and oh my God, they wanted to say something. All that is trauma. That those
Trauma.
are
Right.
flashbacks that keep coming back to you. And till the time you don't address your trauma, your grieving process is not going to start. Okay.
Right.
And how I explain my clients is that we don't look at the book with the last punctuation that was used. We rather look at the chapters in the adventures, in the beautiful illustration, and so much, right? So in a similar way, the person's last memory that you have is not everything. Rather, let's remember that person for the beautiful memories, for even the, the strengths and the weaknesses in the whatever time spent,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
those are the chapters and those are the memories we're going to live for. So
Right.
that, and then a lot of people hold themselves accountable and feel a lot of guilt. people feel guilty for not grieving much too. Yeah, you will be surprised, but people do feel guilty and they think that they should be grieving for some apt amount of time, and that is not happening. People feel guilty for things they could not say to the deceased person, and you could not, probably address it in the right way and make the most out of it. So I would always tell the bereaved people to live with the memories and live taking into account what is that one thing or what are the things which the deceased person would be happy to see them
Happy
doing
to.
and engaging in. You know,
Right.
indulge yourself in such activities and indulge yourself in everything that the deceased person would be happy and proud of. So those are the things which help somebody move on and lift off some of that burden from being unable to. Because it's very important to accept the loss, one, to be able to live with the pain during the entire grieving period, and to maintain a connection with the deceased and move on.
Right.
So yes, and I would also suggest something that I've been doing every day, and I think everybody should do, because a lot of us know almost everybody around who's bereaved, families that are bereaved. Maybe you could try lighting a candle in the evening, because
Yeah.
this is a short mantra that I would suggest, and that gives you immense happiness and a sense of belief and hope that things are going to be okay and the world is going to heal. You
So,
know,
so
that
true,
is,
and so
yeah, yeah.
positive. So true, and it's so
Absolutely.
positive. So,
Yeah.
Aradhana, is there anything you would like to add on which, which students can do and inculcate in the present scenario in their regime, right? So, I would like you to add on with some advices or suggestions for our students.
For everyday grief and fear that we are seeing and we're facing, and the entire COVID game is like a waiting game where we all are waiting consistently when this should get over and we should move on to a better phase. And in the process, we are forgetting how to live our moments, and we are in a constant, like a record of worrying and unable to be productive.
Right,
We are living with a lot of uncertainty for our futures. And
right,
I feel that we should work on our anxiety, and we should rather recognize what emotions we are going through. We could try
right,
doing the breathing exercises on an everyday basis to deal with anxiety, because these breathing exercises not only are the immediate remedy to anxiety, but they are also for your physical impairment, for physical ailments, and honestly, they always work. So maybe as parents and as families, we can teach our students and kids at home to focus on a lot of breathing exercises, because they work wonders.
right, right. So, thank you so
I
much,
always do a lot
Aradhana.
of, yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Aradhana, for guiding us and sharing your thoughts on mental health and psychological issues. I really look forward for more such sessions. And thank you so much for giving us your time today. And
You're most welcome.
I
It's
hope this
my
will be
pleasure. I would, yeah.
I hope this will be really very helpful for our students. So yeah,
I hope so, and I look forward to doing more such sessions and addressing more such queries with you. And thank you so much, Prerna, for having me here.
yeah. Have a good day, Aradhana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.